in your PS there.
FYI, you don't have a Discord stream up. I don't know if you intended to.
Oh, you're so right. I don't have a Discord stream up. There you go.
Lox is way better than down players say. Yeah, Lox is fine. I don't know, like, Lox is... I play Lox. I'm not very good at Lox. I don't use the meatball enough, but, like... They're, like, fine. I don't know. Right? Gonna start it off here. Very muted color palette that our competitors have chosen.
Yeah, and okay, so last week there was a Julesville game. Every set, I think at least half of the sets had 2 Julesville games in them. And already, first game in top 8 is on Julesville. That's it.
So lax. Look, it's not RAS if like half the people aren't just picking Julesville. I'm pretty sure I've seen RAS stuff where they just picked Julesville 4 times in a row or something.
See, if I was one, it was always words for oh my god, that's already 2 stocks in a minute now for John Neutral.
Super ahead.
So I actually didn't really mention this before the set, which I probably should have. Approximately 7 Moths is kind of coming into this bracket as a bit of a dark horse because they played in the first R2AS and they did pretty well in it. I think they got 13th, which that was like a 100-person bracket, so that's impressive.
Yeah.
Whereas John Neutral has been like a more consistent face that's kind of like slowly but surely been getting better. Kind of 2-month gap there for the Moths, and I put them at 6th seed. I felt like that was probably the best way to balance, you know, that one really good result from everyone else being a little more consistent. Right now, really showing coming into this beating Triforce in winter semis, which is a pretty solid win, and now already 1 stock up on John Neutral after the ledge hog.
Yeah, gonna lose the first stock there, but like you already got 58% on Clairen last stock here. Definitely pretty good advantage here. And that clutch up air opening up.
Oh yeah, way high there. John Neutral trying to scout an option. I do kind of understand going back to stage there. I think that Moths wasn't quite far enough off stage.
Trying to use the counter in order to get to call it up B, but would have ran to left strong. Many have. But not John Neutral. Yeah, I got it. This might be it. Yep, not gonna hit that attack. All good. And all good for Moths, who's is this just to clarify, is this a BF5 or BF3?
This is best of 5.
Awesome.
I don't know. What is your Discord? That's in a puking. Smoked Sam. I don't know what it is. My Discord has, or not my Discord. My rival spectator has been a little finicky today.
We got Julesville again.
More Julesville, and it's like I do understand it from John Neutral's perspective to a degree. I probably wouldn't have run it back after the game was that lopsided, but it was
I don't. If I get 2 stocked on stage, I'm not running it back.
See, the thing is, I don't
usually run back stages anyways, but like,
yeah, well, that's kind of what I'm feeling. But at the same time, like the 2 early stocks, one of them, I don't know, was just kind of like unfortunate situations that would happen on any stage. I do think this is a decent stage for Clairen, and that like you're a lot more worried about Lox doing ladder combos on you than the other way around, I think, just because of how floaty Lox is. So I understand the stage from this perspective, and so far, it's still not working out amazingly for John Neutral, but it is a much more even game than the first.
Yeah, and I don't really like. I've also found like my personal experience trying to combo Lox with Clairen, and like especially ladder-wise, like let's see the whipped up air there. Lox kind of moves his body in like a really stupid way half the time, and it makes it really annoying to land timbers on him. So I find laddering him to be kind of a pain in the ass as Clairen. And Lox is gonna get and you deny Lox as many like big up air chains unless the platform's up and live up. Back air.
Alright. Yeah, down neutral, trying to scout out some edge guard option. It's weird against Loxodont.
Close it out the bear. Definitely doing better this game though. At kill percent right now, so we'll see how that fares out with Lox here.
Yeah, it always feels so bad to be like behind against heavies, and I think especially as a character like Clairen, where her recovery is fairly exploitable. It's very reliant on her having like her double jump and stuff. Meanwhile, Loxodont is just
off and then
super heavy.
Like,
yeah.
throw that fall out. Like. Yep, and the back there just steal it out. Yep.
Yeah, basically a full stock lead here for the Moths.
There's 7 of them. I'm not sure we can allow this.
Approximately. There could be more or less. I don't really know. If they win, maybe we'll find out.
Maybe we will.
I'll have to ask for the specific, if they can get a more specific count. But, yeah, that said, ooh, big tip for F-Strong right there. That is definitely the move you need to get back into this game.
Definitely still winnable this game for John Neutral.
Oh, okay.
You have double jump, you can make it back. Oh, and going for the bear too.
Yeah. I like the dare attempt, just a little, Moss is a little bit too low, and here we go. That's some damage right there.
Refresh on the invincibility. John Neutral definitely in command of the neutral here. We'll see if we can get this closing out.
And the back throw is going to do it once again. The DI on these throws has been...
not actually going to nicely pull that back. Really good stuff.
You won't get in my way.
Very good stuff there.
It's going to be an even 1-1 game here. It looks like Moth was going to have that here. The Moths were going to have it, but not today. Going on to Tempest. Or as I like to call it, Treetop.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, because, like, I think this is generally seen as, like, one of, if not Lox's best stage. But I also think that's true. Oh, boy.
That was spicy.
Okay, I think this stage is also, like, this is personally my favorite stage for Clairen. I don't necessarily know if I would take Lox here as Clairen super readily, but I don't know. And perhaps I'm just a lunatic, but...
I definitely find the smaller space can be beneficial for Lox. It means you don't have to do as much work to get in. Plus these platform spacing is great for like tech chasing, great for up air chains.
Yeah, it's just that I think a lot of that also applies to Clairen in a lot of ways, because she's a character who kind of struggles to get in on Loxodont, a little more so. And really, from her perspective, it's that she has to get in on Lox more than she has to get on other characters.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe I'm a lunatic,
but... John Neutral did ban Firecap.
Ooh.
We never want to go against the
character
that can ban Firecap as Clairen.
Yeah, that one I would not want to deal with for sure. Anyway, yeah, I think I caught a jump with that up strong right there. Worked out very nicely. Let's see here. Very even game right now. Other. I feel like it's definitely going to be a little trickier for Lox to escape some of these Clairen combos at times. Oh, okay, that's a very quick end to that second stock. We're right back into it very even game.
Nice covering the tech roll with the side B. Again, last stock situation.
For the parry, we haven't really seen a lot of parry from either player that set. That was extremely bold.
Really good side Bs from the Moths.
I do like the side Bs, although I do feel like they're getting very antsy
they're not
right now.
Yeah, no. Definitely not wanting to go down on another game of this set. Ground tilt, not gonna close that quite yet. Not getting the ledge hog. Rolling away. Is this gonna be it? Not quite. So they're both just kind of trying to get this kill right here. The back row is not gonna seal it out.
Oh, and catches
There
the
will.
side B.
Beautiful, yeah, beautiful drop there. Gonna close out the game there and keeping the 7 Moths ahead in game count.
Pasta.
Will they move on into winners?
Winners
Finals.
finals, yeah.
Yeah, winners finals.
Of course, that being said, I mean, when you're playing in winners like this, not quite as scary to lose because you still have losers to.
Yeah, you still have
potentially keep
it.
going.
Yeah, but like it's
harder.
And they have the moth. I can't remember what that moth is called. I did used to play Creatures of Aether a bit. But I don't remember what most of the creatures are called.
I always forget you like actually played creatures.
I wasn't very good at it. I played like one Rano deck, and I didn't really like try or like compete or anything. I just like laddered a bit, and then like played the like single player modes. But I did put like I don't know 40 hours into it. Mostly just like I don't know. The roguelike mode was very stupid. You could do a lot of really dumb things with it. Because the way the roguelike player mode would work is it would match you up against other people's decks that they had at that time.
Oh.
So you'll like match against other people, and so sometimes you'll just get people who like, yeah, I got the God Run, and they'll have like normally like creatures like the damage ranges are between like the numbers they'll have on the side of the card are between like 1 and about 10, maybe like 12 or something. In the roguelike mode, you can get numbers in the hundreds. So sometimes you just match up into someone who's just like, yeah, like half their creatures have like over 100 plus, or like 800 or something. Like,
Yeah.
it was a very dumb mode, but it was fun.
Little evil.
Anyways,
But,
we're playing Rivals of Aether 2, not Creatures of Aether.
we got John Neutral's percent now in the hundreds. Takes that first stock, but doesn't actually get to
Very even game
really
here.
benefit from that lead. This is kind of interesting because we're on a much larger stage now. I feel like at the end of that game 3, both players were really panicking.
They were like on top of each other, trying to get away from each other, but trying to also like see what they could get.
Yeah.
Very antsy.
But it's kind of like the stage pick. I do think getting a little more space to hopefully not devolve into those panic situations should help John Neutral a little bit. Got some fairs. It's tricky. Not a whole lot Clairen can do about that rocket jump, but catching with the up tilt still something.
Ooh, nice fair.
Really kind of scary because I'll have these moments of thinking like John Neutral is back in there and does have the lead. But we kind of saw that like there was that brief moment where I think he had like, you know, a 40 or so % lead and just, like an up throw and a back air almost entirely made that up somehow.
Yeah, no, the Loxodont can really. Was that just a fucking like bombs attack backwards? I'm perplexed.
I didn't quite see. But oh boy, a lot of damage right there. No tipper on that neutral special.
Lox can make this back, but definitely being at 80%, not a great place to be when you're still down a stock. Okay, covers with uppy. Are we gonna seal this out?
Oh boy, yeah, just dash dancing there.
Neutral playing very patiently, like dash dancing around that corner. Yeah, just waiting for an option there, seeing what he can get.
That's the thing is,
Like you have another stock and Lox is near kill %, so getting the fair before Forward Strong comes out.
Yeah, like I feel like Moths is a player with a generally pretty good punish.
Crouch cancel isn't real.
But the big thing I'm noticing from them is just that they panic really hard. And
Yeah, I just like, that out with the forward strong.
In games like that, where you don't get that early lead that you can just kind of push super hard, like in the first game.
Yeah, that's speaking of someone who, you know, played Crag all the way through Rivals of Aether 1 and still plays Crag decent bit in Rivals of Aether 2. The games I feel dominant are the ones like if I get an early lead, I could just stay out of my opponent's range. I could just chip them. I can just play to live forever. And when you don't get that early lead, suddenly you have to like work around a ton of your weaknesses.
Yeah.
There's definitely other times where playing some of these heavies that struggle to approach, where it's like it's a win more. Like once you're winning and you can slow the game pace of the to like your tempo and force some people to play on your terms, that's where you're just kind of gaming out there. But if you can't get in that position in the first place, like you go behind early, it can be very, very tricky to get that difference back up. Because you're just gonna have to win all those neutrals, and they don't have to approach you.
Yeah. And there's enough. They're not really gonna do much to Lox, unfortunately. It could just be like a Force of Habit kind of deal. Yeah. Okay, doesn't actually try to do much of anything on that. That's one thing that I just noticed from non-neutral in general. It's like, there are definitely times where you gotta play it safe on the edge guard, but I think that he's way too quick to just give up edge guard on Clairen in some situations.
Especially just because like, it's against Lox, and Lox is not a super hard character to get. Okay, it's just a stream end. It was just lagging for me.
Oh, okay. Getting the ledge hog. That back air is in fact going to kill. Off the corner, I don't know what the DI was supposed to be there.
Gonna kill? Not quite. Oh.
I like the idea.
And you just get the grab? Sure.
Man, that's
pretty easy game here.
I really like the idea, it just did not quite work out.
Yeah, no. Sometimes... No, I've been liking to use the counter at ledge here. Cancel.
Ooh, the edge drum
But you're gonna knock into the DI and you're just gonna explode there.
Yeah. I don't quite know if that's how either player expected. Okay.
Okay, just gonna even up there with that back air. Nice attack. Sealing the deal.
Yeah. A series of unfortunate events here, putting us into a last stock situation in our first set of top 8. Not gonna kill.
Just recovering high, going back to ledge. Trying to just reset here, get back this game going back. Not gonna quite seal it out with the bear. Neutral staying very far to center stage. Inviting that Lox in, punishing, and closing out with an up air.
It's a really interesting kill confirm there, the Nair up air. I kinda love it. Good stuff.
Yeah.